So it'll be fun.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little Smith. I'm a little dressed. But we in the club, man. Oh. Yeah, they hate, but they broke them. And when it's time to pop, they had no show. Yeah, I'm pretty, but I'm loco. The loud got me moving slow.
How locked in are you, Jeff, from the scale 1 to 10? A 2?
That other nigga,
yeah, come on. I need at least a 5 today from you.
Listen, man, you don't know.
As of this second.
Let's go, Crutch. Start us off strong here, King. T-Rain, what up?
All my niggas dressed in that rojo.
I need high octane energy.
That's the bro code. Baby gave me head, that's a low blow. Damn, she make me weak when she deep throw. I need a rich bitch, not a cheap hoe.
Good morning. Lane with a sub. Look at him, bro. Juicy Mountain, Southie, CC. What up, boys? Frosty with a sub. Dale Trevor with a sub. Come on, boy. Hey, we need energy today. Come on. Come on. Andrew, what up? Elsa, what up? Wilson,
we just some niggas you ain't fucking with. Pockets on the chubby chick.
Vinny.
And still go back a thotty and
Big
some
Tuts.
shit.
Boys are moving earlier today. Kyle, what up? Thanks for the sub, man. Let's go.
Like, I don't always keep the hammer next to me. Like, I ain't got a header to the left of me. Like, we ain't in these streets more than sesame. But that shit chick, then why she texting me? Why she keep calling my phone, speaking sexually? Every time I'm out, why she stressing me?
You call her Stephanie,
I call her Stephanie.
C. Jones.
I don't open doors for her.
Cheryl, what up?
I just want the neck, nothing more. Shorty, make it clap, make it applaud. When you tired of your man, give me a call. Dyke bitches talking out they jaw.
What up, Dougie?
Next minute,
hey, do a Dougie for me, Dougie.
This 9 I have them calling for the Lord. They ain't getting money, so they bored. I can never lose. What you thought? And they got it all locked, man, of course. They say I got the juice, I got the sauce. These haters on my body, shake them all.
Oh, I remember you, Landon. I remember you.
I'm killing them. Sorry for your loss. I just caught a body, Randy Moss. Now this year, I'm really going north.
Let's go. Ramble Saturday. Ooh. Shout out D-Gen, man. Shout out D-Gen. Favorite artist over there. J-Rar. How are we? Happy Saturday.
What's good, bro?
How are we? Steak Scammer's messed up?
I think Steak is having some difficulties.
It's all good. I think we fucked him up, honestly. We let him down a poor path with the camera turn off.
I didn't.
Oh, no. He's back. He's back. Here we go.
I was going to say, I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing.
What's going on, brother? How are you? Thanks for joining today.
What's up, man? Thanks for having me.
Of course. We got a lot of ball to talk. We got CFB. We got CBB. We even got some NFL that we might dabble in. So shout out everyone.
NFL on today?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. 2 games. I don't know what. Is it just because the games, like, it's the before Christmas games? Or is it? I don't remember from, like, how they've done in years past. Like, why do they have these games?
I think it sucks.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
All playoffs, I hate it.
Yeah, especially correlated with the CFB playoffs. I totally agree. I also think it's weird that they take such a long break. We won't get another playoff game until what? Till 2026, essentially,
yeah.
Right?
It's definitely like 10 days or something.
Yeah. Walker saying good morning, Jeff. Say it back.
I already did, bozo.
Oh, you did? Okay. My fault. We got Lane in the building. Lane, Comcheck. Yup. Shout out him. First place in the G League. We're going to talk about, I think, CFB first. And then we'll get into probably NFL. And then we'll do some CBB. CBB's a little light, Jeff.
Yeah, there's really honestly, there's 5 games worth talking about.
There's more than 5. But
I don't know.
It's low volume. I actually, at first I was looking at the 12 o'clock slate and I was like, oh, there's a lot of games. And then I kept scrolling and then kind of just stopped.
Yeah, it's probably there's 7 games, 7 good games or so.
Yep. Chat, we're going to need to get your buckets out. Fade, it's my B-Day. Boys, turn up. Shout out Fade Picks. Hope you get a nice little wash on the BMW there. Happy birthday, brother. Kyle B with a sub as well. Cheryl Devon, just want to shout you guys out. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for being up and at 'em early in the morning too. Jeff, can you tell the Twitter folks where to go here?
Yep, come on over to the Twitch. It's completely free, and you can chat with everyone. And if you're on Twitter, pretty much just saying you're broke, you can't afford a sub. So
Yeah.
If you're in the Twitter, just don't make sure you don't chat, or else you're gonna get blocked by all three of us on Twitter. So get over to the Twitch.
That's Steak told us to say that, so don't hold us accountable
I'm
either.
blocking the shit out of everybody.
All right. Should we bring up the CFB board here, Lane? You got it pulled up already? W. Lovely. All right. We need all hands on deck, especially in chat too. So we want to hear your guys' opinions. Let us know what's going on. But let's kick us off with Miami and Texas A&M first. Steak, you want to go first? Set the tone here.
Sure. This is my stand on business play of the day. It's not my best bet, but I'm standing on business with Carson Beck and the Hurricanes. It's worrying me that it feels a little bit like Oklahoma yesterday. I'm seeing a lot of people on it, but I don't give a fuck. I'm taking Carson Beck. I know a lot of people don't like Carson Beck. I feel like we haven't heard enough people talk about not trusting Marcel Reed in this game. And I know that the Texas A&M offensive line's nasty. I know the Texas A&M defensive line's nasty, but so is Miami. I don't think it's one of those things where you see like SEC team versus ACC team, so you immediately assume there's some kind of talent gap. There's no talent gap. Miami gets all the same type of dudes Texas A&M gets. Yes, I'm sure College Station will be rowdy, but honestly, man, give me Carson Beck over Marcel Reed in this game.
Wait a minute. This game is at Texas A&M?
Yeah, that's what's so cool about this first round.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, wow.
I gotta say, don't you?
This line looks short. Knowing that, dude, now that I'm looking at this, I thought this game was on a neutral. Take this for what it's worth. I don't really follow CFB like that, but I know A&M's nasty. Honestly, I don't think anyone's been that impressed with Miami besides like the first couple weeks of the season.
Yeah,
I do think they're great. But I thought this was on a neutral, and I thought this line was like, okay, I like the line for Miami. Now it's at College Station.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, dude. I don't know anything, though, so, like, maybe I'm totally wrong. I don't like fading A&M at College Station, though. I did it once this year with Auburn. I remember that. It was before CBB started, September 27th, and somehow Auburn covered. But it was, like, the luckiest shit ever.
Yeah, I remember that game. That game.
Yeah, it was, like, the luckiest cover I've ever went through in my life. A&M probably should have won that game by 30. I don't know.
I'm thinking, like, does Texas A&M not have the kind of rep for kind of blowing it when it matters?
Yeah, for sure. They have the rep of not even getting here.
Right. So that's what kind of worries me. It would be such an A&M thing to do, to have this fantastic season, like the best in recent memory, and then just completely fall on their face in the first, playoff game that they get, especially, at home too. That would be such an A&M thing to do. And I think the way that it is possible is in a dogfight, and that's why I kind of like the under. Well, I love the under. In fact, that's the only play I'm on in this game. I do lean Miami. I mean, I just think I can't get the thought out of my head that ideally for the committee, you want Miami and Alabama to move on. Like ideally, that makes the committee look the best. Not wearing a tinfoil hat by any means, but that is the best outcome for the committee with the recent talks that go on. And I think it's crazy with the recency bias as well with CFB in particular. I mean, the one issue I have with Miami is just A&M has been, I guess, underrated throughout this entire year. But I really see this as kind of a coin flip game in terms of a side. I think the under is the best play for me. I don't see A&M just clicking on offense like we've seen in some of their other big matchups. And I think Miami is, like, if we're talking about positives of Miami, I think their defense over their offense any day. So 48.5, I think it's almost like a flip opposite read of last night too. You have two really good defenses and two, subpar offenses in a lot of people's eyes. And now you have, Miami who, people don't glaze crazy in terms of their offense, but A&M certainly. So seeing this game under 50, man, like I think you can look at, like, if you saw this game at 52, I don't think people would really blink an eye with how many points A&M has consistently put up this year. So I'm really liking the under 48.5 personally.
Yeah, I agree with you about the under 100%. I'll probably take that as well. The only thing I want to mention that you kind of mentioned for the committee is if Miami loses today, you run the risk next week because let's say Oregon beats Texas Tech. It's literally just SEC versus Big Ten. And I know that's how everybody kind of sees college football these days. Is like, okay, Oklahoma, Texas went over to the SEC, and the Big Ten got Oregon, and it's just those are the only two conferences that matter. But you want to put on your tinfoil hat, I'm sure they'd love to have a Texas Tech from the Big 12 or a Miami from the ACC do something in this tournament.
I'm telling you, and you know what's crazy too? Like, I know hindsight's 2020, but Alabama has a pretty decent route to make it the distance in this setup here. I mean, playing Indiana, I mean, that's kind of an ideal second round matchup for Alabama, is it not?
I don't know, man. I think they might get fucking slaughtered.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, Indiana's nasty.
I think Indiana's nasty too.
Like Indiana, I've watched one Indiana game this year, and it was a Big Ten championship, and like they looked insane. Their defense is insane, and Mendoza's cracked, bro. Like Mendoza, that was my first time watching Mendoza. He was throwing the ball 50 yards, and it was landing. You couldn't place the ball better. I don't know. I ain't taking Ty Simpson over Mendoza. No shot.
Me either. He did look good in the second half of that game, but yeah, I'm not either.
Fair. Let's not get too far ahead. But
I'm so shocked Beef thinks Indiana's dog shit and they got lucky. Okay, that shocks me.
Dude, I think Ohio State fans need to open their eyes a little bit. That's an ideal outcome. Y'all want to be pissed off going into the playoff. I feel like it's perfect for y'all. It's the perfect bull.
They might have an easier route now. I'd much rather play the winner of this game than Alabama, right?
I think so.
I was saying I agree with that too. Like, bro, if Indiana plays Ohio State in the Natty, like, you're not beating Ohio State twice. It's just not happening.
I genuinely don't see that. I don't see Indiana being in the championship. Do you, Steak?
Kinda, man.
You do?
Yeah, kinda. I'm bought in that they're just the real deal, quarterback, coach, defense, everything. And the reason that they spook people is because it's the University of Indiana and it's literally a basketball school. Not even that.
Beeb obviously doesn't think so. And thank you for the sub, Beeb. We'll show limp dick on feed if Miami doesn't cover.
What?
Got it. He subbed. I have to read. Had to read the comment.
You didn't have to.
I have to. Hey, we got the Ethereum boys in here. I love it. The Texans.eth. Conference championship results are PSYOP. Ohio State. I don't know what this even means. / All right. The ETH community confuses me.
Oh, look who it is.
What?
Quantitative _ eating 2085.
Oh, love it. Quantitative.
Number one pick.
Yeah.
W's, man.
Steak is also bought in on the Jag. Would you like to address Beef, Steak?
No, I don't want to fucking address Beef. Fuck Beef.
Yeah, if he comes on stream, he'll address it. Beef. Yeah. We got all the drones in here early. W. Yeah, yes we do. Should we move on to the next one? Tulane Miss?
Yeah. I had a question about this one. Is Tyjae Spears playing or no?
Is this like one of your funny, like, is Cooper Flagg playing when it's Duke football jokes?
Yeah. Tyjae Spears played for Tulane.
Yeah. Nah.
Is he in?
What do you want me to say?
Why are you doubling down on this?
Laughing, dude. I'm not that good at fake laughing, so it's just awkward silence.
Yo, all right, now you're fucking making me feel like
yeah, C-Dot's got
I'm not good at fake laughing. Yeah. All right, yeah, fuck you, C-Dot. Get out of here, bro.
Do you have a genuine question though, or was that the actual question?
No, I don't have shit.
Okay. All right. Well, there's going to be a ton of points in this game. I'll tell you that. And I think it's Ole Miss putting up 50. I low-key like the team total a little bit more Steak than the spread personally. Yeah. Just because I think this game is going to be fireworks. I think Tulane could put up some late points and kind of fuck this spread for no reason. Do you see Tulane being a trendy underdog at all? I don't really have a pulse in terms of what people are betting. I feel like this is almost like an underappreciated game terms of the rest of the
I
stuff.
wouldn't use the term trendy, no, but I see fading Ole Miss being trendy only because I don't think people like what they've just watched happen. Obviously, their coach leaves them high and dry. Right. Unlike any coach has ever left a school in the middle of a playoff run, and I've heard more negative things than Pete Golding, who I think is either the interim coach or actually just named the head coach already. And this fucking guy, Trinidad Chambliss, who literally started the year as a backup from a Division II school. I'm not sure a lot of people like Ole Miss, but no, I don't think I would call Tulane trendy because obviously their coach is gone too. He's coaching this game, but he already took the Florida job. He's on Twitter wearing half Tulane, half Gator hat, saying crazy shit.
Dude, I was like, what is this?
He's a weird guy. Hopefully he's a football guy because I'm a Gators fan and I need him to be. But I think that dude just sits in his office, watches tape, and does blow.
What do you think the worst outcome is for Lane Kiffin with Ole Miss? Making a run?
In the Natty.
Winning this game and then beating Georgia next week, and Lane Kiffin has to have nightmares.
Lane Kiffin might spontaneously combust if Ole Miss makes the championship. I mean,
bro, even if they beat Georgia and get to the semifinal, I think that would be the hugest success ever for this school. I think it would be insane.
And I know you mentioned it. So where's this coach coming from? I'm assuming just
he's the defensive coordinator.
He's the DC. Got it. Okay.
I'm going to be honest. I think Ole Miss absolutely mollywops Tulane today.
So do I.
Dude, like their team total being at 37.5 is crazy to me.
I mean, high. I just don't see I mean, Ole Miss is – I'm looking at some stats. I mean, you might be able to fry me here, but, I mean, it looks like they're third best in the nation in passing yards, and that's in the SEC. Tulane is 123rd. That's in the American. I could just see Ole Miss absolutely decimating them. I understand Tulane's like a good mid-major school, but I think Ole Miss, you put in that fact that Tulane's just outclassed and the fact that Ole Miss just lost their coach, you don't think they're going to be fucking pissed off. They're going to try and put up 100 points.
Yeah.
I'm close to just hammering Ole Miss here. I understand you said something about like you could see Tulane backdooring or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go with Ole Miss team total, but I think Ole Miss puts up 40 plus and just kind of makes a statement. This is more like a fuck you Lane Kiffin type of game. So, and I mean, it's not like they can easily just mop the floor with Tulane or at least score points. So
I think the most important thing Jeff said is that they don't have the offensive firepower to stay in this game. And being a defensive team is cute. It's not going to work against this offense. You're not stopping this offense with your defense. Even if you got dogs, you're outgunned 100%. And the coach literally abandoned Ole Miss, which I feel like is going to leave some angry dudes on that side. Yeah. It's not the same for Tulane. He's still there. He's donating money to Tulane charities and finishing out the job. And I just don't think they're going to be that angry. Also, I don't think they're very good. I think that's the one thing that sucks about the mid-majors this year is like Tulane has 2 losses. They already got the shit beat out of them by Ole Miss earlier in the year. They're just not very good. Neither is James Madison. And so that's why I think people are upset there even in these tournaments because, like, 2 losses as a mid-major, you shouldn't fucking be here, man.
Do you think do you think the full game over is the safer call, or would you just single out Ole Miss?
I want exposure to just Ole Miss. Like, that's just me, just because of the coaching stuff. Like, the way I would like look at it, like I want to back Ole Miss in some type of fashion. Maybe Tulane does score. Last time they played, I understand it was way long ago. Tulane scored 10 points. I could easily see that happening again, though. Like this Ole Miss team, imagine being a player, you make the playoffs, your program is like on a trajectory of over the past 5 years of up and up and up and up and up. Jackson Dart's in the NFL. And then your coach, who is building all of this up, says, all right, I'm out. Signs a deal with LSU and doesn't even finish like the season with you. I understand he probably had to because they were going to shop around for other people, so he had to make a decision. But regardless, the players are still like, okay, we just got abandoned right before the playoffs. If I was a player, like if any one of us, like just put yourself in a player's shoes, you want to go out and kill, make a statement, not even just for Ole Miss, because you want to show Lane Kiffin like you don't fucking matter. So
I think the only thing keeping me off singling out Ole Miss is just the previous matchup. That's the only thing like it's just one of those like eternal rules that I usually just live by. As
That's
teams
fair.
played each other already, especially that's current season, and then has that type of result. It's tough for me to like go back and click that button, which is kind of why I like the full game over and why I kind of want to lump Tulane in there. I could see that. I just think there's just going to be a shit ton of points. I really do. And I think that's the way I'm going to back it. I know the splits are saying it's mega popular, but I think the over is almost in a way backing Ole Miss, because if they're going to blow out Tulane, it's going to be heavy. And are they going to hold Tulane as sub 20 and then under their team total at 20.5? I feel like that's nasty. 20.5 TT for Tulane after putting up 10 in their previous matchup.
Yeah, but like look at what
full game over
in the other games though. Like
no, I'm saying even if Tulane covers their TT doesn't mean they'll cover the spread. Ole Miss can easily.
But look at it this way as well. They've played 13 times this season. They've went under their TT once.
Right.
They've only been under this number once. Granted, it was to Ole Miss, but the other 12 games they soared over this number.
That's kind of the thing. Yeah.
The reason I like your read a little bit, MJ, is because I do think at the end of this game, there's a chance that Ole Miss is up 30. And I think Tulane will be the definition of playing for pride because, like I said, it's Tulane. They just lost their coach. You have no idea when a kid from Tulane gets his chance to be back in the college football playoff. So I don't think it's like the end of like an Oklahoma-Alabama game. Like if they're down 30, I think they're still very much trying to score with 5 minutes left, play for some pride. So I could see late points coming from Tulane. I don't hate that read at all. I think you're going to get potentially a similar thing in the James Madison game.
Okay. Yeah. I'm glad you're on the same page with me.
Lane, I think I'm going to tap Ole Miss TT right now.
36 or is it 37?
Let me see. Give me a second.
I think it's 37 flat on offshores. Is what I'm saying.
Juice to the over.
Juice.
1.5.
Yeah.
Tulane is at 20.5. They're giving you that. They're giving you. Look at it this way. Tulane is at 20.5, and so they're giving you the hook, and it's juice to the under.
Right. Makes sense. There's two ways to look at it, like you said. Like I just hate that they played each other this year. That is just taking me out of it.
Those kind of throw shit off. Mm-hmm. I didn't even know that until Steak was like, well, last time they played. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
I think you throw a little bit of it out because of the coaching situation. That's the only thing I'll say.
That's where I'm at, where I'm just like, I just want to back to like Ole Miss because of that coaching situation. It's more so backing that out of Lane Kiffin. And I can't see Tulane getting stops. More so than anything else.
Well, if we want to talk about some low team totals, perfect transition is the next game, is JMU and Oregon. I'll let you set the scene, Steak, because I do somewhat agree with you. I think in terms of an underdog, obviously the biggest one is the least likely to be competitive. Obviously, that's not fucking rocket science. But in that same breath, like Oregon, I want to set both sides. Oregon, I guess a lot of people could look at their schedule, kind of see who they've beaten. Their only loss being Indiana. But outside of that, like, have they had a ton of impressive wins? For me, I don't know. I know they're extremely talented, which kind of makes me like Oregon in a way. Are people taking them, as seriously as they should be? Is it only because they're playing a low-level opponent in JMU that people like Oregon and just think the talent gap is too wide? But, like, let's not act like JMU hasn't had a pretty insane season for, that the schedule that they're given this year. I mean, they've been phenomenal, and getting 21 points with them at the same time kind of feels comfortable. So I'm just kind of setting the scenes on both sides here. So, Steak, what are you thinking here? The team total for JMU is 13.5. 12.5. I'm seeing some places chat saying. Yeah. What are you thinking?
Same team total. The Oregon defense is pretty nasty. I think the confusion with Oregon this year is it's a different style of team than you're used to. It's usually like high flying offense, explosive playmakers, and they have those guys. They've just been hurt for weeks and weeks and weeks. Apparently, two of them are coming back, two major ones, DeCorian Moore. I never know if I'm saying his first name right, but I think he's the 5-star freshman wide receiver, and he's a freak. And then Evan Stewart, who hasn't played all year, another guy who I think was like the number one wide receiver in the country coming out of high school, transferred from Texas A&M, and he's insane. But the thing that I find interesting about Oregon is they win games in ways you wouldn't really picture Oregon winning games in the past. 21-7 against Wisconsin, 18-16 at Iowa, 26-14 at Washington, just gritty wins where you just think of them as teams that blow people out, put up 40 every game, and they're really not that type of offense this year. Noah Whittington, is a great running back. They can control the clock. I'm not a Dante Moore or an Oregon hater, but there's just not a lot of explosive plays. I'm sure a lot of that could change if those two wide receivers I mentioned are back, but I don't know if it works quite like that. So I actually get why people like the James Madison team total under. I just think it's an under game then, because I think it could be 24-10. Like that's my exact score prediction, 24-10 Oregon. I don't think they go crazy offensively at all.
I'm glad you mentioned. Go ahead, JR.
I kind of disagree because, the reason why as well, I bet on Oregon once this year, and it was the Oklahoma State game. It was like week 2 or 3, and they were just splooging all over. I didn't realize those 2 receivers were hurt. They were healthy for that game. I know De'Corian Moore was healthy for that game. I don't know. I just think, you look at James Madison, it's like, bro, who have they played? I understand, they're good and all, but, they're in the Sun Belt. Okay, cool. It's not impressive, bro. Yeah, they're doing good, but if you put this team in the Big Ten, they're a fucking 500 team at best. So, I don't know. I could see Oregon. Oregon hasn't played. I understand JMU's on paper, their defense is good, but you also have to take into effect who they're playing. I think Oregon could light it up here. I feel people are kind of down on Oregon's offense, like Steak was saying. They haven't been explosive this year, and usually the Oregon's one of the best offensive teams in the country, and they just haven't had that this year. Now they get an opponent where, I don't think JMU stands a chance. The spread is 21, obviously. GT is at 13, 12, whatever it's at. I could just see Oregon. I don't know. I don't like how I like both big spreads, but to me, it's especially in football, it's not the same as basketball. Bro, when you're when you're outmatched physically,
the
you
talent
don't stand
gap,
a chance.
right?
You know what I mean? Then you put in the fact that you're more talented on top of the fact that you're double the size. I don't know. I just in basketball and March Madness, obviously anything can happen because you're just chucking up shots. Anyone can have a hot day. In football, it's you can't. Your O-line can have a good day. You're still 100 pounds smaller. You're not going to be able to move these guys. And then I don't know. I've been a Dante Moore guy. I like him. I think he's great. If De'Corian Moore and the other guy are back, then I don't know. I could see Oregon kind of split.
Lanning is a fucking psycho.
What T-Rain said, I think, is probably the most public narrative of the day for this game that I've heard said the most times. Not saying I disagree. It's 100% true.
Right.
It's just being said a lot. I agree with you too, Rosa, but I think it's going to be domination by controlling the clock, 5-6 yards of carry every time. I'm just ruling out massively explosive plays for Oregon. That's why I think the best bet in this game might be the under.
Man.
Also, maybe Lanning is you know what? Let's save the explosive plays for next week. They're obviously going to win this game. Maybe he's let's just control the game, get out of here with a win. But at the same time, Dan Lanning's not that type of guy. As much as you're hearing Dan Lanning's going to run it up, we know he is, bro. He's popping zins on the sidelines. He doesn't give a fuck. He just wants to put up points. So.
Yeah, but it's crazy because this team's first playoff game last year was against Ohio State in the Rose Bowl. I can't think of any more of a difference in between two playoff games than playing James Madison at home. And I kind of disagree. I don't think Oregon's going to be that hyped up, man. I don't think.
That is fair. No, that is fair because they know they're winning. They're not losing this game. So it's they could sleepwalk and just win this game.
They might sleepwalk. That's probably my take, man.
All right. Is this weird at all? I don't know much about Troy football. I'm not going to act like I am. But is it weird that it's the same exact total as JMU Troy that is JMU Oregon? Is that weird at all? Or does that line up in people's? And why do you think it's weird? On which side do you lean in that? Because
Oregon's defense.
I think Oregon's team total and James Madison's team total is just burnt into my brain. I can't figure it out. I agree with what Steak said at the beginning of when we started talking about this game. If James Madison covers, I could totally see them going under that team total of 13.5, which is as crazy as that sounds. It could just be an Oregon stuff them into a locker, win this game, 7-21, and James Madison covers somehow, and this game is just nasty as hell. We got to mention how tough this is for JMU to travel into Eugene. And like, this is just a nightmare spot for JMU, it seems on paper. But like, and I don't know if it's the betting brain in me or it's just the football fan, but I genuinely want to see. I think it's more of me wanting JMU to be competitive in this game than I think that they're going to, if that makes sense. So I might just sit on the sidelines for this one. I think I'm just a little lost, a little bit.
You got all day to figure it out.
True. Good morning, Steak. I see you're bright.
Guy comes in here, I think, every Saturday and says something about the Tickle Hut.
Does he watch your streams too, or just?
I don't think so, dude. I think it's just waiting for me to be on this stream.
It's so weird.
Have off weekends.
Shout out the boy, man. Shout out the boy. Yeah, his PF landing won't show his hand, especially with a great defense in Texas Tech up next. Yeah. Oh man. All right, chat. I'll ask you guys this. Type of 1 in chat if you think JMU is going to go under the team total at 13.5. Type of 2 if you think they're going over. Let's see what.
It's only going to be ones, bro.
Type of 3 if you want to go to the Tickle Hut with me.
Clip that. We'll need that for later. 3. All right, we're seeing some 3s. This is throwing off the pole. Fuck. 6, 7. All right, yeah, we can move on. Fucking Lane, dude. Goddamn, Lane throws a 6, 7 in there. S-Dot, don't ask any questions, right? Come on. All right, that's the last of CFB. Let's move on to NFL, shall we? And Lane, feel free to give your thoughts on real quick your synopsis of these 3. What are you thinking? What you got locked in? Give me the fucking you're number 1 in G League. Show your face. Come on. Let the people know who you are. Yeah.
So
Hoodie Lane, bro. Hoodie Lane.
Yeah. So Steak did well, I actually am on A&M. I gotta fade that. I'm sorry. My G League team is also on A&M. So we got it at 2.5 yesterday. So I'll be telling that. And you talked about that Ole Miss. I gotta take Ole Miss now. I got it at I think 17.5 on ProfitX, LCLV. And then this game, I don't know. I'm probably just gonna wait and see how the first 2 play out. I honestly think that only one of the big spreads will cover. So if Ole Miss doesn't cover, I'll probably take James Madison.
That's fair.
If Tulane covers, then I'll take Oregon probably. But if Ole Miss covers, then I'll probably take James Madison.
This is the ref that bet strategy, by the way.
I kind of feel that way, though. For this weekend, I do actually think one of the big spreads cover.
One of them
I agree.
is going to cover, and one of them's not. One of them's
I agree.
The fuck out.
I hope both honestly are competitive just for sake of football and entertainment value. But yeah, if I had to guess, I think we're on the right page with Ole Miss and JMU. But we'll see. There's a lot of ways to think about these games. I mean, I think someone made a good point about Oregon not really getting talked about. And the fact that like I can look at their schedule and say, okay, they're 11-1 and I'm not that impressed, that kind of scares me in a way. You know what I mean? Steak. Kind of weird. But
I was never really impressed with Oregon. I mean, I was never like on board with them that much at all this season.
I don't think anybody is really though.
Yeah. Nobody really is. That's a scary part.
Yeah, true. Are we going to NFL or basketball?
Yeah, let's do NFL. All right, tell me the bad news.
It's the Commanders.
You guys like the Commanders? Why?
I just think it's like, I don't know. The Eagles just literally held the Raiders to fucking 0. They literally looked like the best team ever. Everyone thinks they're back, and I think they win, but I don't think they cover. I think the Commanders keep it close in the divisional battle in their own turf, and I don't know. I'm not buying the news that fucking Daniels is out. Really, Mariota's been able to keep games competitive at least.
He actually has.
I'll take the Commanders plus 6.5 or 7, whatever the line is. 6. Oh wow, you can get 7.5. Wow.
Steak.
Yeah.
Torn. I'm completely torn because I told myself I liked the Eagles, to be honest, but then I also said I'm not betting the Eagles if Lane Johnson and Jalen Carter are both out, and it looks like they both are. Even though I think Landon Dickerson's playing, MJ, is that correct?
Yeah,
I think Landon is playing.
Dickerson's playing.
He hasn't been 100 this entire season though. He's back. I mean, he had knee injuries coming out of college. I think he had double ACL surgery in college. And then he's been dealing with just like lingering shit on the Birds. Who knows?
I would kind of have felt that no one would want to lay 7 on the road with the Eagles in a divisional game, and no one cares that they beat the shit out of the Raiders last week because the Raiders are so bad. Everybody beats the shit out of them. Kenny Pickett, literally, I mean, I'm on how bad Kenny Pickett looked. I think there was a stat that Tanner McKee had more yards than the entire Raiders in his one drive in that game. So no one's like, oh, the Eagles are back because they beat the piss out of the Raiders. And now it's a divisional dog of 7 points against the Eagles, who no one trusts without Jalen Carter and Lane Johnson. I can't get past the fact that Commanders with a touchdown looks sort of easy to me at home. But then again, I'm looking at the splits, and clearly people don't agree.
What do you think about – oh, go ahead.
I was going to say my only pushback to the Jalen Carter being out is the defense has balled out like the whole year with that. Well, at least the last couple of games without him. Like, they haven't really needed him. Obviously, he's one of their best defensive players. Like, but it's like they've still been able to hold teams. Like, the defense has not been an issue all year. Has the offense been able to put up points and move the ball?
Yeah.
But
what I'll say is, what about the total? Because 44 is a little weird in a few different ways. You have Washington coming off like kind of like a firework game versus the Giants. Royal was actually on that over and put me onto it. A really good read. Just two, offenses that weren't clicking previous to that. And now you have the Eagles coming off, a shutout to the Raiders. And to Steak's point, shutting out the Raiders, like, okay, great. It's the Raiders. At this point, that team is dead and burning in a dumpster. And the Eagles are still, in people's eyes, regardless of how bad that 3-game stretch was, are still a dominant, top 10 team in the NFL in a lot of people's eyes, playoff contenders, yada, yada, yada. What I will say as a Philly fan and how I know this team, they're very hot and cold. And as you can see with that streak of losses, I don't know if you remember 2 years ago when they played the Bucs in the playoffs in Tampa, they went on, I think, a 5 or 6 game losing streak to end that year. In the regular season, and then went into Tampa and completely shit down their legs. So
that game.
Yeah, that's the type of team they are. And that's what kind of scares me, because that Raiders game, regardless of what kind of opponent they played, that's the type of game they really needed to kind of set themselves right again, set them right back on course. And what better to play a divisional game on the road to even enhance that confidence. I think it's kind of a scary spot to fade the Birds. I think the over is probably my favorite play, though. I think the Birds put up a shit ton of points, and I think, the only thing hesitant about that is the fact that there's a few injuries on the defensive side. So I don't know if people are running to take that over because of it. I doubt it. So I still like 44 and over.
And just to address what T-Rain picks, I think kind of has to be brought up again. Mariota was a 2-point conversion away from beating the Denver Broncos. Then they benched him for some reason to bring Jaden Daniels, who is obviously still hurt. Very weird decision. No idea why. And they get housed by J.J. McCarthy and the Vikings, which is crazy. But you can't really factor that into this because Jaden Daniels started the game, got injured, whatever. Then they go back and he has a great game against the Giants and they put up 29 points. So I do think a lot of people are happy to get 7 with the Commanders. I can't get past that fact.
Yeah. Eagles get division with win and 3 seed, then can rest up a few guys a little bit next 2 weeks. I think this is ideal for the Eagles in terms of the end of their season. I will say. You get Washington at Buffalo, and that could be a huge momentum game if they go into Buffalo and win. I'm going to be really curious to see what that line ends up being. What do you guys think that's going to be? Eagles in Buffalo. Let's say the Eagles push on the 7, right? They win versus Commanders by a tutty, right? They go into Buffalo. What do you think that spread is?
Buffalo minus 3.5.
I was gonna say like 2.5 probably for Buffalo.
Really?
I would just say that because like the Eagles.
You haven't seen the Eagles be dogs once this year.
No, if they win this game, they have like nothing to play for basically. Because they would need some insane shit to happen to get the 1 seed. They would need like the Rams to like lose out and like the Seahawks to like lose like 2 out.
Yeah, they're not getting 1 seed.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. So it's like they really have nothing to play for. I kind of agree that they probably would rest some people. I mean, they're not going to rush Carter back. They're not going to rush Johnson back, especially if they have the division locked up and a playoff seed already locked. If they win this game, all they have to do
Yeah.
is just win this game and they're in. So I don't think that game will really matter to them, especially against an AFC opponent as well. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't really mean much.
And MJ, you're 100% correct. Like, even though I shit on the Raiders win, get right games are definitely real things.
Right. But in people, it's almost better that, you know, people don't see it as that, in the sense they're like, okay, whatever, Raiders are terrible. Move on. All right, what's the next one? We got Packers Bears, right? I think this is pretty interesting. I mean, shout out to Chicago Bears, man. Good for Royal. I mean, at this point, I have to give them flowers. And I think it's kind of cool that I mean, I lean the Packers, I'll say that. I think it's interesting you get a spot where people took the 7 with Cleveland versus them last week, just because I think people love their defense. They saw a low total. I think there was a weather game, so they're like, hey, we'll take 7. The Browns can keep it close and kind of a nasty game. The Bears put up 31 and their defense absolutely balls out. Or, you know, Shedeur, I mean, looking back, hindsight's 2020, but was Shedeur really going to put up 300 back-to-back games? Probably not. You know, and the Bears defense is looking a lot better, especially their defensive line, which people had questions on. I mean, they looked phenomenal. I know it's against the Browns, but they looked amazing. Shedeur was running around with his head cut off the entire game, had no, you know, time to do anything, and their secondary was doing their thing too. They created turnovers like they always do. The Bears are a real deal, and now you're getting them at home at a pretty affordable price. And you have the Packers, who are coming off kind of a similar spot, but the flip side, right? A lot of people tried to fade Denver because they weren't impressed and didn't think they were a legitimate 11-2 team or whatever the fuck the record is. So people are kind of off the Packers in the sharp spot. So I like the Packers here to go into Chicago, win, simple as that. Like, I think Jordan Love has that game where you're like, oh, that's why people thought he's a top 10 quarterback, throws for 300 plus, you know, wins against a divisional opponent. It's so rocky with Jordan Love and his career. It's so weird. But that's my read.
I like it, honestly. I like the Packers as well. At first, I thought it was the Bears, and then I realized how kind of easy that seems. Also, Steak brought up the injuries with Jacobs and Parsons being out, so it's like
Jacobs is out.
No, he's questionable. I don't think it's confirmed, but he wasn't practicing. Like
Michael
versus Steak in fucking semis right now, and I got Jacobs. Man, this is no bueno.
Yeah, dude, that's gonna be quite a rock fight. Dude.
Hope you got Emmanuel Wilson loaded up on the bench.
Tyrod Tracy will be sufficient.
Oh God,
we'll see about that.
Glad I picked up Parkinson to sit AJ Barner.
Dude, fucking cold. He was the court bitch of the night. He was the guy you knew was going to sell, like Tom Kennedy, the Lions, or whoever that was. Dude, everybody bet Tom Kennedy when they thought
Tom Kennedy. Sounds like a U.S. president, bro.
I like the Packers too. I'm not really a buy bad news guy in the NFL, but I think in this instance I have to, because there's actually some pretty bad news in the Bears people aren't talking about, because Rome Odunze was supposed to play last week, and then he was like a scratch at like 10 minutes before game time.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Out again this week, which isn't good. And then Luther Burden, who was filling in kind of nicely, is also out. And so I don't know who's going to catch passes. And DeAndre Swift has been dealing with this groin injury, I feel like, for all year. And don't get me wrong, Kyle Monungai is solid. There's people who think he might be better than DeAndre Swift. I don't know. Maybe he is. But it's no doubt that the complement is what's kind of working well for the Bears right now. Is the good offensive line. And you bring in one of these guys, they run hard. You bring in the next guy, he runs hard. You need both of them. So you got a banged up DeAndre Swift, nobody to catch passes. And honestly, man, I like that all the Packers wide receivers are healthy. I know Tucker Kraft is out for the year, but and Christian Watson got hurt last game. He's supposed to play. Right. So you got Watson, Dobbs, Wicks, Golden, and Reed all playing. That's enough for me. That's enough for me to like Green Bay in this game. I respect Ben Johnson and what the Bears have done, but I have got Packers here.
Yeah, also, like, why is the public on the Bears, bro? It surprises me.
They're finally coming around to him.
I think also Carson's injury.
Yeah, and you like you say all the time, like usually like these good teams within the division split games, right? Yep. So I think that's why people like the Bears too. I like to fade that. You know, the Bears, lost to Green Bay in Green Bay. Now they get them at home 2 weeks later. They should be able to be competitive. I think I like fading that narrative too. What about the total?
Oklahoma-ish to me.
Yeah,
they are. Yeah,
same kind of line flip.
I'm on the Packers.
A lot of eyes on these two games.
Packers large.
I think it's Packers as well. What do you guys think about? What do you think about the total? Because last time they played, it does look high, but last time they played, it went over. It was combined 49 points. Now we're getting an adjustment of, I believe, 2 points from 44 up to 46 flat.
In much better weather.
Don't you think this is kind of a Bears offense falling flat with Micah going down? Like, what's there like about the Packers offense or defense right now, especially with how well the Bears just put up 31 against the Browns. They can't put up, what's their TT at? 23 and a half, if I'm doing the math right. Who's taking that under? I think that's nasty as fuck.
I 100% agree. I listened to part of my take. They had Ryan Fitzpatrick on, and they were asking him about what you can expect from the Packers defense without Micah Parsons. And I think what he said was perfect. He said you can expect a rallying cry for one game, where one game the defense is just hyped up to prove their worth without Micah Parsons. Everybody does their job, fills in, and does what they need to. But over a long period of time, I don't think you can expect them to replace the production and pressure that Micah Parsons brings. But for one game, I'm going to buy the Packers defense.
Yep. I agree. Lane, Jeff, any other thoughts? You like the Packers, Jeff, right? You're going to be actually taking a bet on it?
I guess so, man. I don't know.
Just going to vibe out with the day, see how it goes.
I got 250 and I just think I'm going to just put it on one bet.
Do we make Jeff happy and move on to CBB, or does anyone else have anything?
I think that's all we got, man. I think it's all CBB now.
Yep. Yeah. Should be quick, too. There's not a lot of games.
Grab the vest.
Yep, fire us up, Jeff. What do we got first?
Go grab the vest, brother.
Go to St. John's, Kentucky.
Ooh.
This game's in Georgia.
Yeah. We got 2 games in Atlanta today, I believe, right?
Yeah.
We have that game and then
Ohio State, UNC.
Right. That game's really interesting. All right, set the tone, Jeffrey. What you got?
Yeah, I don't know. I think this is definitely Kentucky here.
Really?
Bro, Kentucky has been so abysmal this year. Yes, really. Let me see. Who have they even beat, bro? They beat Indiana. They're coming off of beating Indiana, but that was at home. Don't even care about that. They shot 37%. What they do? Got smoked by Gonzaga, lost to UNC, got smoked by Michigan State, lost to Louisville. Literally, their only impressive win was against Indiana at home. And Indiana has a lot of holes on that team. Outside of Lamar Wilkerson, Tucker DeVries, they have no one on offense. As bad as Kentucky has looked, their defense has looked solid. I believe Jaden Quaintance is back today, which is, TR. I'm pretty sure that's what you were just referencing. Jaden Quaintance is back, transferred from ASU. He's one of the best defending bigs in the country. He's been injured since the offseason, and I think he's going to be a big part in stopping St. John's. And I'm just going to be honest, man. I don't like St. John's guard play at all. I mean, I like Zuby, I like Bryce Hopkins, but I feel like Ian Jackson, Sannon, and Sellers have kind of been mid.
Dylan Darling, shout out him.
Been doing good recently, I guess. He's coming off 17-6.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, like the backcourt is solid for St. John's. They just don't have like that guy. They don't.
I'm so glad you said that. That's exactly what I was going to say.
I think all 3 of those guys are solid. Like I like Ian Jackson, I like Sannon, I like Sellers, but none of them are like a go-to guy. At the same time, though, like Kentucky's been so miserable that it's hard for me to click this button. I think the line tells the story more, but they're finally getting healthy. They've been banged up all year. Jalen Lowe is healthy. Jasper Johnson's been miserable. I mean, the kid's averaging 7.8 points per game. He played 3 minutes against Indiana, not even a single stat recorded.
I'll tell you what, Jeff,
it's a hard game for me.
The total being this high is so telling, bro. UK just played Indiana. Do we know what Indiana's been doing in their totals, man? They consistently in the 160s. You're telling me it's 2 points higher after Kentucky went under to Indiana? I mean, St. John's is a different identity this year. I watched that DePaul game live. I was not that impressed. I mean, they had that game. They could have easily blown out DePaul. They just were inconsistent late, and DePaul ended up making some shots and covering by a pretty small margin. But they have a different identity this year. It used to be hard, gritty defense. It's just not that. And you mentioned the guard play. It's a serious issue. If Dylan Darling is your top point scorer, I mean, that's a serious issue. I love Dylan Darling, but the dude is 6 feet tall, hometown kid. The guy cannot be in terms of playing real competition. He's going to get thrashed by any guards that are, competent. Paul's not that type of team. So that's, the outcome we saw in that last game, but it's got to be points, man. I had a slight lean, honestly, to St. John's.
But Kentucky's finally healthy, bro. Like Mo Diabate, who's one of their starting forwards, like he's.
Don't you think you look at Kentucky's losses and say, okay, like they have 4 losses, but yeah, they're to Gonzaga, UNC, MSU.
Yeah, I don't like the margin they're losing by.
Yeah, fair, but I don't think anyone looks at Kentucky and says, "Okay, they're bad," because they haven't had a bad loss. They've lost
compared to preseason projections. People are saying they're fucking bad.
After that Indiana win, people are back in on them. I'll tell you that, and nobody's in on St. John's
because it's the University of Kentucky. I kind of agree with you. If it was a different college, maybe not, but I kind of feel like everyone will always bet University of Kentucky or be waiting for them to turn it around, or even like Jeff said, to have guys get healthy so they'll tighten up, or even like you said, all their losses are to good teams. I saw QE come in here and say he liked the under. I like the over. I like the over. I'll be honest with you. I think it's kind of a crazy total because when you look at Kentucky's last couple games against this type of competition, 132 in the Indiana game, 153 in the Gonzaga game, 131 in the UNC game, and then go over to fucking what St. John's has been doing. 145 in the DePaul game, 119 in the Ole Miss game. Like, how the fuck is this total 157.5? I don't get it.
Yeah,
I don't either.
That's kind of where I would be. I would take either the full game or TT over for a team.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why I think people are out on Kentucky is because literally this was like a very popular natty pick preseason. Like people were like top 5 team, no doubt. They're winning the natty, and they're not even ranked right now. That's where I'm kind of like, compared to preseason, people are out on Kentucky. No one is saying Kentucky can win the natty. Literally, no
one's saying that. Yeah, for sure. And also, Jeff, am I wrong, or did they kind of look like dog shit for most of that Indiana game?
I didn't watch it, so I really have no idea. I think their offense definitely has problems. Like it still does. Their defense has been good all season, though. Their defense has been solid, and like that's what I think's gonna. It's kind of weird because like I lean the over. I really think this is like an offensive explosion for Kentucky. I mean, they haven't done it against a competent team, even against Indiana. 72 at home. That's not Kentucky. Usually Kentucky's in the 80s, 90s. Gonzaga, they scored 59. North Carolina, 64. Like, yeah, they played bad teams and put up 100. They haven't shown it against a good team. I think this total, I think Kentucky kind of explodes today.
Dude, and I think the same thing for St. John's. Like 79, you look at that box score and you're like, okay. But I watched that game in person. Bro, Zuby and Hopkins, they're 2 big men, the fucking trees, the people that, I mean, they rely on their offensive ability. They combined for like 15 points. And then you had Sellers. I mean, Sellers was shooting bricks the entire game too. So I think even like for both sides, I think offense just has to click. I mean, St. John's was – when's the last time you've seen Zuby Ejiofor play a team like DePaul and have 9 points? You just don't see it. Yeah, dude's a consistent 20 ball against any teams like that. He was just in his head. He was just not clicking, and this feels like a game he can kind of dominate in. So I think Zuby goes for a shit ton. I think there's a ton of points.
Yeah, I like over. I'd probably lean Kentucky on a side. Yeah. Not playing it though.
And let's not forget what TC said. I mean, St. John's has looked very unimpressive in their last 4. Haven't been a bettor's favorite. They haven't covered in 4 straight against some really subpar competition where they've been favorites in every game. So we'll see. This is interesting. On a neutral too, guys. Keep in mind in Atlanta. All right, what do we got next?
Next game is probably UNC Ohio State. It's at 3 p.m.
I wanted to talk about Colorado State, Utah State.
We can talk about it.
Oh, right here.
Yeah, at 2 p.m. I like Colorado State team total under here. It's at 69.5. I think it got bumped to 70 flat some places now. Don't really care. They're over in this 4 straight, and I love the fact that
unfortunately.
What'd you say?
This team, I'm telling you, bro, this Colorado State
Nasty.
team has voodoo black magic all
They
over.
can't keep getting away with it, man. Whenever I see like a team that's 8-2 playing a similar like record team,
Bro,
getting this amount of points, I mean,
they shoot literally like 50% from 3 as a team. It's
they've been
like
nasty.
voodoo magic. I'm telling you, bro, do not get in their way. It's not going to end well. They just fucking don't miss.
You're making me like it, man. I mean,
no, that's fair. Like I like it too. Like I like it too. But there is no shot I'm tapping that shit, bro. This team literally is.
I can address that if you'd like.
Dude, I was dying.
Grudgingly tweeted that I missed 17-year-old Ryan Williams because 18-year-old him sucks so bad. And then after I posted it, I was like, damn, that just sounds wrong.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? I'm not fucking deleting this shit. I'm leaving it. I don't give a fuck.
Freshman Ryan Williams probably would have been the better word choice.
See,
there.
I should have texted you first.
10K views is crazy, dude. I love when you see a tweet and like you can just tell people have been sharing it, you know?
in their group chats.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
Did you see someone like commented some crazy shit?
We're coming. That's a great gift. It's a great one.
Thought someone commented something else.
That's funny.
That was hilarious.
You guys have any thoughts on this?
Absolutely, man. But I like your read.
Okay, cool.
No, I just will. Like I like the play. Like it makes sense. Makes total sense. This team is fucking filled, like I said, with voodoo black magic. So
Yeah.
Also,
Fair.
off topic, I didn't even know the playoffs started at 12. I thought they started like later than that today.
Yeah, noon, 3, and
That shit's awesome.
I got like an 11. I got like 30 more minutes. By the way, I have to go clean up a tree that fell over yesterday.
we'll be done in 30. Don't worry. We only got.
I feel like you low key own a landscaping company.
No, my
Yeah, it's a
don't.
boat too.
Young CEO. You are kind of like a boss baby.
All right, let's move on to Ohio State here.
You were a boss when you were a kid. I bet you wore like suits and tuxes.
Absolutely not, bro.
You were a boss baby for sure. Bow tie to school.
Splits. Yo, let's change the subject.
All right.
Look at these splits, dude.
It's got to be. It has to be OSU. Am I missing something?
Let me just tell you what you're missing. The fact that it's Ohio State University that you're betting on.
Right, but that's last year Ohio State, man.
Oh, it's not. Bro, they lost by 8 to Ohio State at home, and Bruce Thornton had 29 points at half, missed like one shot in the first half, and they were still losing. The rest of the team sucks, bro. They have no depth. Like, their bench is literally non-existent. And bro, I don't know. The team is ass. The team is ass. And to be honest, UNC has been dominating the glass all year. And I don't know who the hell on Ohio State is stopping Vasar and Caleb Wilson. Like, genuinely, they don't have bodies to throw at them. Brandon Knoll, he's been underwhelming. He's from the fucking Horizon League in Wright State. He's not guarding a NBA prospect, 2 NBA prospects, if we're being honest. Christopher Tilley, dude is a hack. He's going to get in foul trouble. And even if he doesn't, bro, like, there's 2 of them and only one Ohio State player that could potentially like keep up with them. And then you go to the bench and they genuinely don't have a soul. Gabe Cupps is their best player off the bench, and he's ass. All right, this team is ass, bro. I'm telling you. Listen, I'm not betting on UNC, but do not put your money on Ohio State. Please don't do it.
So yeah, give me Ohio State plus 4.5.
I knew it was
100% getting added to my card. But one of my favorite things to do in sports gambling is watch everybody take a sharp play and have it lose. Not talking about you, Jeff. Everybody took Ohio State against Illinois. I saw it 30, 40 times on the timeline and watch it lose. And now you get it again. It's almost the same exact thing. Yes, it's a neutral, but wasn't Illinois ranked 12th in the country when they played? And now it's 4.5-point dogs against the 12th ranked team in the country again. Like, I'm sorry. I'm taking Ohio State. I have to.
Me too.
Yo, go ahead. Go ahead and recap it now. Go ahead and recap it now. And then, whatever you do.
He only recaps winners, so it's winning, Jeff.
You can bet this game
recapping shit.
You can bet this game steak. Do not fucking watch this game. Do not watch this game.
I was thinking about making Ohio State my POD. I can't lie.
All right, good. Do it. Please do it. No, because everyone has to go through it. Everyone has to learn the lesson of Ohio State betting.
This
you know what I mean?
Not hit.
We all have. Oh yeah, dude. I didn't even watch the game. I was with my girl last night. Wake up this morning, go on Twitter, bunch of comments. Where's the recap? Where's the recap? I'm like, bro, shut up. First off, like I don't even fucking care. I'm not recapping.
You should be like me and literally tell people you don't fucking recap losers.
Well, that's what all I did was this did not hit, bro. Like I don't really care, bro. I ain't recapping shit. I don't care.
Well, I don't
sarcastic, such a sarcastic recap. It's so funny.
Like, what do they want you to recap up? Yep, no shit. Everyone watched the game. They watched them fucking lose.
Yeah, bro. I mean, like, people are commenting to recap. It's like, clearly it didn't hit. So
there's trolls on Twitter that legit goon to Jeff's losses. Like,
if you're telling me that I need to recap, like, you already know it doesn't hit, so I don't need to inform you that it didn't. You know what I mean?
Doesn't it feel good, though, not to be charging for picks and just being able to do and say whatever the fuck
you can do whatever the hell you want. Like, I don't even care. Dude, I'm gonna just manipulate my spreadsheet. Actually, now that we're talking,
you should start posting the fakest lines.
Shout out Lane, dude. I'll take after Lane. Start posting stale shit.
Who is that, Jeff?
Dude, I actually have Ohio State plus 12.5. It was. I sniped it as soon as the line dropped.
Jeff, you like Jason Berger?
All right. Jason Berger, he's a JR troll, I think.
I don't
Jeff
even know.
Follows him.
I'm letting you know, like, I have a Twitter that is like, I have like it's not really a burner, but it's like my finance Twitter. I literally am on that 90% of the time. I go on my other Twitter just to look at what DGen posts, and then I hate watch it. But then other than that, I'm not really on my my sports Twitter. I'm not gonna lie.
That's hilarious.
We got a Jeff looks like Matt Schaefer.
No, I don't. Man. The only person that I actually get like all the time is Tom Holland.
At least you don't get the BYU coach.
Who's that, bro? Who is that? Who is that?
You should pull up a picture of him, Lane.
Who's the BYU?
So everybody can have a good loss. Sataki.
This can't be.
Oh, fuck. Is this what you get?
No, that's what you get, Jeff.
I get.
Oh, it looks just like Jeff.
No, wait, put the one to the left.
It's like a carbon copy of Rosa.
Can we zoom in just a smidge, bro? I can't see shit. Yo, that does not.
That's great, dude.
All right, awesome. Dilgod, bro. That's actually crazy. Let's move on.
Look like Luigi. Is that the CEO killer, right?
Yes, bro. Let's move on.
Look like him. All right, we got to pull that one up.
Does Steak like?
Bro, we're not pulling that one up. Everyone knows what he looks like, bro.
You know Luigi Steak?
Yeah, of course. I feel like saying you look like that guy is a compliment. Bitches love that guy.
That guy's a killer.
Yeah, fucking bitches I don't want to be near, if you know what I'm saying.
Wow, no.
You Rosa's girls listening for sure. Whenever you need a code word. You need a code word. Con-knipple.
Con-knipple? Wait, for what?
That's my code word for when my wife is up.
When he said con-knipple to the locker room.
Andre looked it's so funny. It's a great shout, though, God.
All right, let's move.
What's next here?
Miss State, Memphis, right?
We're really talking about this shit.
I mean, we don't have to. We can just.
Well, if you have a bet, we can talk about it. I mean, these teams are miserable, man.
I mean, Memphis just went to overtime with Vanderbilt. I think that's pretty impressive. Kind of want to fade him. That's really my only thoughts. I figured one of y'all might have better.
The thing is, like, bro, they're 4-6. Like, they suck. Mississippi State also sucks. Like,
yeah, both these teams are horrendous.
Like, this is just not a game. If I see this game, like, this is not a game I even try to bet. Like, this, maybe last year when both teams were pretty good, but these teams are ass, man. These teams are ass.
Maybe a sneaky over 153.5 for these teams. I mean,
you couldn't catch me betting on Mississippi State again. I made my money with Utah. That'll literally be the last time I bet on Mississippi State all year.
Penny has a dog. I knew I was waiting for someone to comment that, dude.
Versus shit.
Yeah, I mean,
look like who is Stinky Peterson, dude?
Penny was a 16.5 point dog against Louisville. They lost by 26. That was pretty good.
No, he doesn't. This looks like Beeve. Beeve looks like Stinky Peterson, bro. Y'all are gonna cry when you see this. You ready? You ready for bro? That's actually Beeve.
That's so much more beef than Jeff.
That is.
That's fucking deep, dude.
Stinky Peterson from Hey Arnold, bro. Oh my, you gotta fry Beeve with that on the timeline. Yo, next tweet. Actually, does Beeve have a card out yet?
Yeah, he's on Miami. I saw that.
Here,
all right, everybody go to
right
Beeve's card.
Yo, is Beeve hot right now?
I
no.
think he was until Oklahoma shit the bed, but until then, I think he was having a hell of a fucking.
I think he put
that means
he put
he's
5
due for-
units. He put 5 units on Oklahoma and the under. I'm pretty sure.
He lost
So
Memphis too.
He's in
yesterday.
piss. He's in piss. In fact.
Yeah, but
Looking
wasn't
for-
he like super hot before that?
Yeah.
No,
Yes,
he hit Mateer touchdown though too yesterday.
All right,
And,
quick
like,
show with the glazing, bro. Beef sucks. He's adding St. John's money line, and then under 48.5 for the Miami game as well.
I
Boys,
like that under, man. I like that.
this card, all right, this Miami card. Everyone go fucking post Stinky Peterson photos under it. All right.
Stinky
All right.
It'd be
Right?
so much funnier if he's not in here listening right now.
He's not. He's on dad duty. I bet he'd be commenting right now if he was. Rosa looks like the teacher in Arthur. All right.
Bro, how do you even know what the teacher in
Well,
Arthur?
why are you
Where are we
watching
from?
Arthur?
That's-
Look at bro.
it's not even
not
accurate, bro.
I know it's just funny.
It's because
just
of the
funny.
nose, bro. Yo, ban this motherfucker, bro.
All right, Lane, bring up the slate.
What?
Money Meyer, what's up, baby?
Landon, why are you saying "fuck you, Rav"? What did Rav do? What?
Have even here?
I don't think Rav's even in
He
here.
did have a Trent style tweet last night for sure.
Oh, I did
Oh
see
my
that.
God,
That was
that
bad.
was-
That
that
was
was
bad.
killer.
That was bad. I love Rav, and that was bad. All right,
Killer.
Northwestern Butler. Can we talk about how fucking high this total is?
time is that?
156.
Yeah, but look at Butler, bro.
4 o'clock.
Hey, Steak,
Yeah.
did you take that Butler Providence over?
Yeah.
That was fucking oxygen.
Yeah. Looked like
I
a
watched
New York
zero
Knicks
Butler
total.
Providence games before that bet, and that was the first one I watched.
Oh, Rav fucking subbed. He said, if you bet Alabama, you don't know a single shit of college football and should post the rest of your CFP pick, so I can fucking fade it. He copy and pasted that. That's OG, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, honestly, I respect
That's so
Great read.
gangster. That's so gangster.
That
Thank
was a
you, Rav,
fucking
for the
great
sub.
read.
That's awesome. That's so funny. Wow, these splits are concerning. Never mind.
I mean, bro, look at what they've been doing. Like Northwestern's been
Probably
scoring.
like $20 on this game now. Yeah, fucking.
I just thought people think of Northwestern as mid, and you see Butler coming off a stinker versus UConn. I mean,
both
anytime.
mid, bro. Both these teams are literally the definition of mid.
True.
But Northwestern scores 80 pretty much every game.
Yeah.
Where's this game
Yeah.
at? It's,
Yeah.
Do the
you guys
splits
are right.
even matter though? There's like
Indianapolis.
7K on the game. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
no.
go. Let's move to
Nothing.
Houston Piggies. Houston.
No, y'all
Pigs.
are right. Y'all are right. The spread's moved to 5.5 now. I'm seeing.
I do.
4.5
I
to
do
5
also
now.
see that. Maybe. Hey, listen, man.
I love
Houston-
Arkansas, but
Houston's 10-1, but like not an impressive 10-1 by any means.
yo, look at Beef's comment. Bro, are some of y'all doing it? I gotta go check. Go ahead, Jeff. Sorry.
All right, so Houston's 10-1, number 8 in the country, but it's probably the most unimpressive 10-1 I've ever seen in my life. They beat Syracuse in overtime, Auburn by 1, lost to Tennessee, beat Notre Dame by 10, Florida State by 15 when they're laying, they're only laying 12.5. And then the rest of the teams they beat were mid-majors. Fading Arkansas, I think.
that's crazy. It's hard to stay focused, Jeff.
People got gifts.
No, you're good, man. It's all good.
Perfect. It is perfect, Jeff. You're 100%.
This is the spot to fade Arkansas. No one's really impressed with Houston. And to be honest, dude, they've been so underwhelming. You look at Chris Sinak, he's averaging under 10 now. The only good players on the team is like Sharp, Uzan, and Flemings. Everyone else sucks. They got to figure it out. Offense is ass. But Arkansas, very exciting team. People can't stop talking about Acuff and Malik Thomas. Trevon Brazil's looked like an NBA talent.
Yep,
I don't know, man. I think this is Houston putting on the clampers. I think Arkansas really struggles to score.
MJ, before you go, let me go. I want to know if you agree.
Yeah.
Is this not an Arkansas team total under game? I know you like Arkansas and you might go to the game, but if you didn't, looking at this, wouldn't this look like a kind of decent opportunity to take Arkansas team total under?
100%. But the only pushback I've had with that is Houston has had that, right? It's Houston and has always had that brand. But like, there's something I can't get out of my head with Arkansas. I genuinely think Arkansas is going to be that ATS darling this year and just consistently, like, don't you think if there's any fade spot with Arkansas, like this is the most ideal situation to get them? You get Houston on a neutral. Like, don't you think? I'm just trying to play devil's advocate.
Yeah, what you're saying makes sense. Now maybe I'm wondering if it's full game under.
I can get down with that. I really want to avoid fading Arkansas by any means possible this year. Like I said, I genuinely think they're the Miami of 2023 or whatever that year was, where they get these weird lines as dogs. I mean, we've seen it in the past too. Even that Texas Tech game, even that Louisville game. Like, I know people love cranking hog, especially in the community here, but I just don't think they're as popular as people are making them out to be. And I said it preseason, man. Darius Acuff is the best fucking guard in college basketball. I genuinely believe
Slow down.
I genuinely believe that, Jeff. In terms of his ability, in terms of he doesn't turn the ball over against good comp, against bad comp.
Maybe as a prospect,
he's consistent as fuck. He gives you 20 points every single game, and he makes everybody around him better. All right? And you got Trevon Brazil, who's, like you said, an athletic freak that was dealing with injuries his whole career and is finally blossoming. You have Coach Cal in his second year after a mediocre went 0-8 in the conference play or whatever the fuck they did. They were terrible. I know they did something in the tournament, but overall that season was disappointing. And then you have Malik, who's a phenomenal freshman. He's going to be in the NBA to back him up. I mean, this team is fucking loaded. It really is.
All that being said, it is a Houston spot, but look at the splits, man. Like, people are fine with tapping Houston laying this amount because it's Houston. They've been dominant.
I'm surprised that they're fine with tapping Houston. It feels a little like an obvious Houston spot.
Exactly. I'm just going to be honest, though, like, from a basketball brain, like, everything Arkansas is good at, Houston has the perfect counter, like, defensively. Like, Tugler is going to strap Brazil. Tugler's one of the best defenders in the entire nation. Never mind post defenders. I think he straps Brazil, and then you have a bunch of senior dogs who are going to guard the two guards. Uzan, you're going to have Uzan guarding Acuff. Acuff hasn't seen a defender as good as Uzan this year. And then Malik Thomas is good, but, like, he definitely takes bad shots. You have Emmanuel Sharp guarding him when he comes off the bench. And then they also, the one great spot about Houston so far is Flemings. That has looked insane. And I like Arkansas, like, as a team. I think they're definitely elite. I think they're top 10. But I just think this is definitely their hardest matchup. When you look at, like, the good teams they've played, they struggled. Not that they struggled, but they ran out of gas against Duke, and Duke was, like, another really good defensive team, kind of like Houston. You play Texas Tech. Texas Tech's not known for their defense, so they had their way. You play Louisville. Louisville's not known for the defense either. They're soft. You play Duke and Houston. Duke and Houston, both large, physical, really good defenders on the team, and they struggled versus that. So I just, for me, it's a matchup. Same with Michigan State. They scored 66 against Michigan State. When you think of Michigan State, you think of big and physical. When you think of Houston, you think big and physical. When you think of Duke, you think big and physical. The teams they've struggled against this year have been big teams defensively. They've been great against soft teams like Louisville and Texas Tech, bro. Like, when you think of Texas Tech and Louisville, you think offense, high flying, lots of threes. And that's the games that Arkansas wants to play. They're super talented. They're not the most physical team. Arkansas can play a little physical, but they're more like, they'd rather have a clean game and just outball you. But Houston's going to make the game ugly, just like Michigan State made the game ugly. For me, it's a bad matchup for Arkansas. I think the line's telling too. As much as Houston gets that rep, bro, and they're 10-1, no one's impressed with them. Not a single soul is impressed with Houston. So
the last thing I'll say is I do agree it's a Houston spot, which is why I'll just stay away. I don't think Arkansas is a good team to fade, just in general. But Stake Lane, do you guys got something?
I'm going to play under. I think that was a good breakdown by JR Hoops for sure, but I like the under.
Thank you, RJ.
All right, what do we got next? Arky played good against Duke. I wouldn't say they struggled. They definitely didn't struggle. They're winning majority of that game. Deep into that game.
They played good against Duke, Louisville, Texas Tech. Any way you slice it, those are impressive ball games.
100%.
Yeah, the thing I was saying with Duke is like they ran out of gas because they don't like playing that physical type of basketball. They struggled against Michigan State and they struggled against what's the other team that they played that I mentioned? Actually, that was it. Just Michigan State and Duke.
All right, next game.
Purdue, Auburn.
Yeah, tough game here. Really kind of a head scratcher. This is on a neutral. Where's it being played? Is this
Indianapolis? It's going to be Purdue, everything.
Yeah. Good Lord.
That is true. Bro, Purdue played a game in the Bahamas or some shit, and it was Purdue everything. It was insane.
That's all they care about. That's all they got. That's all they got.
Shit.
They got Purdue basketball, and they're 9-5, and they're cool with that. Yeah.
Crazy.
Fading Purdue is a death wish.
It's crazy, bro.
It's just doesn't make sense, man. I mean, Purdue is a phenomenal team. We know that. That's not news to anybody. What I will say is, what is Auburn? Because I just cannot figure them out. It seems like they can play some decent teams competitive. Like we saw that Houston game earlier in the year, and we're like, oh, like is Auburn, like, they lose their coach. Pettiford is, a cool player to watch, but is he really consistent? No, he makes some bad decisions. I feel like his head isn't always on straight in games. Likes to chuck, kind of like a Wade Taylor in a way. That's who I relate Pettiford to. Phenomenally talented, but do you really want him at the end of the game? To win you a ball game?
Honestly, yes.
Well, he's going to be the guy to shoot the shit. But you know the point I'm trying to make. And then you see Auburn, play teams like Michigan and Arizona and get thrashed by, multi-double digits. What do you guys think about Auburn? I guess is the question I'm about to ask you guys.
I think Auburn today is probably the most contrarian bet on the board. And the reason I feel that way is because the game's in Indianapolis. But also, if you compare Auburn's games versus Arizona and Michigan, and then you consider that's probably the two teams that are closest to Purdue. And I'm not saying Purdue is as good as Michigan. I'm sure people disagree, but that's who they're close to. Purdue's not close to St. John's and NC State. They're close to Arizona and Michigan. They lost those games by 30 points. So I just think there's nobody, and the splits definitely back me up. There's nobody pressing Auburn in this spot. Maybe if it was in Atlanta and that was the neutral site game, but in Indianapolis, and I know that Purdue just lost to Iowa State by like 30 as well, but that was their own.
That game was insane, dude. Iowa State's actually nasty.
Yeah, they are. But yeah, they even rebounded decently from that. I know Marquette sucks, but they blew out Marquette. And yeah, I think everybody's going to press. They blew out Marquette and Minnesota. I think everyone's pressing Purdue here.
Jeff?
Yeah. Listen, this is like the same Purdue team from last year, and they got waxed by Auburn last year, early in the season, in a semi away. So now they get the semi home of this. Like they play two games, one per year, and I think Purdue. I'm not betting this game. I did say early on in the year I wasn't an Auburn believer. I think they were going to suck. A little confused because like they're getting blown out by 30, but then they're also like beating St. John's by double digits. So it's kind of like a confusing. They lose to Houston by one. Granted, Houston's not Houston we all thought. I don't know. Auburn's a confusing team. When I look at like their roster on paper, I don't love it. But they've been competitive in some games. The thing that worries me about Purdue is like they're just soft. They're just really soft. They've always have kind of been ever since Edey left, at least like last year and this year. they just don't really like. Yeah, Oscar Clough is good and TKR is good, but like they're offensive players. I don't know. They're just soft. At the same time, like they're so talented and their offense can be so elite at times. Like Braden Smith is insane. His vision's ridiculous. Fletcher Lord, I don't know. This is not a team I want to fade, especially when literally the entire roster minus Oscar Clough lost to Auburn by 20 last year. So just not something I'm looking to get in the way of. I'm not betting, but
the one thing I'll say to that point is like the whole revenge aspect. I mean, let's remember like what Auburn was last year compared to like I don't
insane.
Right. So like let's not jump to too crazy a conclusion.
Well, I'm just saying I guarantee you in that game Tahad Pettiford was talking shit. I guarantee you Tahad Pettiford was talking shit to Braden Smith. There's no doubt in my mind he wasn't. And I know Braden Smith's gonna want to win this game. By
that's
a lot.
Fair. That's
like
fair.
that's the thing.
Also, I'll throw out one other thing. If I'm not mistaken, the winner of this game plays the winner of the Northwestern Butler game. Is that correct?
I have no idea.
I think that's the same tournament, if I'm not mistaken, unless I'm crazy. I think it's the Indy Classic because that game's in Indianapolis too. What's the fucking motivation for Purdue? Not trying to be that guy, but they really want to win this game to advance to the finals of the Indy Classic to play Butler. Like, I just could see it being sleepy for Purdue.
No, because think of it this way, Steak. Like Purdue, yeah, it could be a tournament, but Purdue's not thinking about it like that. Like, no matter who wins this game, they're beating Butler or Northwestern.
Okay, cool. It doesn't matter. Crezo's saying it's not a tournament. They're just a classic. So
okay. I don't know, man. Purdue's not a team I like to fade. I'm just gonna say it that way. Like their offense at sometimes can look NBA level. So, and I already know Tahad Pettiford and Braden hear it. There's no doubt in my mind. Like any good point guard talks shit. So,
let's just rock with Ohio State, Steak. We don't need to get involved with Auburn.
Yeah, Auburn might be holding like the Auburn name might be carrying weight too. I have to remember that.
That's and fair. Also, like I don't like fading Purdue as it is. Never mind in Indiana. I understand it's not at Mackey, but like it's going to be 90% Indiana.
It's definitely going to be 90%.
Yeah. So it's just not something I'm looking to do.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. Very. Duke Texas Tech is worth talking about, and
definitely is.
Maybe Marquette Creighton. What are you thinking here? Because we got a very, very similar game here. Obviously, on a neutral, getting an 8.5-point dog with a team that's, decent. Same way like Auburn is decent and Purdue is phenomenal. We get Duke being phenomenal and Texas Tech, being a decent squad. Texas Tech is also coming off getting, burning a lot of people in that Arkansas spot. First question I'll ask you guys, which is nastier, Auburn or Texas Tech?
Auburn.
I would say Auburn too, and that's why you're probably seeing the splits like this.
I mean,
I feel like Duke is not getting the for an 11-0 team. I know people love them, but against a team like Texas Tech, they're not getting respect in terms of people being willing to take Texas Tech with the points on a neutral. Like, I don't think people realize how good this Duke team is. Like, and it's because they lose Con Knippel, they lose Cooper Flagg. Like, no way they can just put the pieces all back together and be that number one team in the country again. Well, they're kind of proving that they can, especially with the line respect that Vegas has given them in a spot like this. They haven't covered. I mean, four of the last 5 games they haven't covered. It's not like they've been an ATS darling. At least in the beginning of the year they were, but that's kind of when stocks were a little bit lower for people on this team in general. I think so. I like Duke here.
I think the most important part of that you brought up was at the end. They're not covering spreads. They are winning games, but they're not covering spreads. Barely beat Florida. Didn't cover against Arkansas. What was the spread of the Michigan State game, Jeff?
Oh, yeah, that was my max play, so I remember that one. Was it Pick'em? Pick'em at – yeah, it was in East Lansing.
Oh, got it. Okay, got it. So that's –
yeah, that was just real quick, too. Yeah, that was a max play.
I heard someone say you don't miss maxes. I see why.
That was D-Gen.
Yeah, Eugene said that.
Yeah, he's always talking you up for sure. I see why you like it.
Favorite part of this entire video.
Yes,
favorite part. Yeah, is this a Duke? You can't make it up, bro. We live in a simulation. This is like the bat call, bro. We just put this on screen. Fucking DJ will show up.
Powerful.
Thanks for being here, DJ. Hope you're having a good Saturday, man. I think it's nice outside in New York today. If I'm not mistaken. Not too cold.
Sun's out.
Enjoy that walk. Yeah.
Yes, Steak Dad. Yes.
Oh, it is cold, actually. I'm tripping. It's 35. It was 56 yesterday. I don't know what's going on. I think global warming might be real. DJ, big Rosa guy. Yeah, known Rosa guy. I think we all take Duke and ride into the sunset.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, Duke just gets shit done. They're coming off a horrible game. Yeah, they won by like 20 plus. They were like tied for like the whole first half. They were losing to Lipscomb at home.
Great point.
Texas Tech, when you look at their team makeup, it's either JT topping down low or they're chucking threes. Duke's perimeter defense, same as last year. It's insane. They're just long. Pause on that, but they're just all long. And then you have bigs like Malik Brown, Boozer, and Gangba. Malik Brown's one of the best defenders in the country. I think him with Boozer and Gangba taking turns with Toppin. Pause on that again. I think they're gonna shut down Texas Tech's offense. And then you look at Duke's offense; it's kind of been underwhelming. But I like betting on Duke because I like Shire. And I feel like they always just mow you down. Like sometimes it's close, like during the first half, but then like Duke just you just run out of steam and Duke just keeps coming. They punch you in the mouth. They go on like a 10-0 run every single second half, and then the game's just gone. Happened against Texas when I was betting on Texas. Like Texas looked great versus Duke in the first half, and then you run out of steam, bro. Duke doesn't stop coming. They got depth. They have a lot of size, pretty much in every position.
You didn't say it, dude. You like quadruple down.
I was gonna say
You guys didn't see the leaks?
I thought you were kidding. Like you had like 5 moments in that one sell job. You have to take Duke now.
You guys didn't see the leaks?
That was the most sus sell job we've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's because DJ came in. I got nervous, bro.
They just keep coming and they have a ton of size. Got it.
And I said how they take turns.
Yeah, and they're taking turns on each other too. That's perfect. I like Duke minus 8.5. I'll just keep it simple.
I got to ask the question, MJ, because Colin Tone brought it up in the comments, and I'm wondering, is it Texas Tech team total under?
Ooh, let's take a peek. 153.5. What is that team total going to be? 76 and then 72.5. Oh, good.
101 against Northern Colorado, 86 against Arkansas, 82 against LSU, 82.
That's the play. That's the play. Well, yeah, I'm doing that. You're gonna ride in a battle with me? Seems like you like it too.
Yeah, I want to bet this game somehow. I feel like that might be the way.
Let's do it. I'm very down. 72.5. That seems pretty telling. I like that.
Is that what it is? 72.5.
72.5, and we get the week. Oh my God! Look at what Lipscomb put up against Duke State.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
73 on the dot.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. That's probably going to be the CBB pod today, honestly. You have they're coming off 101. They're coming off 86 versus Arkansas. I mean, 82 versus LSU. It's beautiful. Beautiful spot. Great shout, Steak. I'll throw you on the old post, even though our collabs kind of suck.
I was going to say, you guys brought up Tahad Pettiford. We should tell that story about when we collabed on Tahad Pettiford points, and he didn't have a field goal attempt in the first half.
Yeah, that was bad. He had a
bad collabs, dude. I didn't even realize Hawks was your play yesterday, and I collabed with Double Down Donnie on the Hawks. Bro, worst bet ever, dude.
Bro, our collabs have been sucking recently. Yeah. We gotta change the energy. Yeah, the Hawks that line made no sense. I'm sorry. Like, okay, we lose the bet. That's fine. Spurs win by 50. Like,
it's the NBA. The NBA is so garbage.
No, it's not. It's not garbage to bet on. It's really not. It actually is pretty sharp.
I found the play.
It's actually one of the sharpest leagues you can bet on, in my opinion, is the NBA. In terms of being contrarian.
Okay, my push. Sorry, not to cut you off, Jeff, but my pushback to that is, how is it competitive when like a team will just win by 60? Like that. It's the spread's 4.5 and they just win by 50 and all this.
That shit happens. You act like that shit doesn't happen in any other sport. Like
Auburn lost to Arizona, and who else did they lose to?
Michigan.
In Michigan by 30 points. Michigan beats everyone by 30. No one's complaining.
Well,
Exactly.
I think that's different when. No. Okay, yeah.
You're
Okay.
digging a hole, Lane. You're digging a hole.
No, Degen agrees.
Oh, cool. No, come on.
He said
There's always
NBA talks
haters
about
in NBA, bro.
Buddy, DGen doesn't agree with you. You're young. All right. Anyway,
Do you guys want, since we're talking NBA, you want my NBA lock of the day?
Yeah, what is it?
No one can ask any questions. Just got to take it. Mavericks.
shout out Cooper
I'm
Flag.
obligated.
All right. I found my POD. It's
Plus
a
3
bozo
against the
pack.
Sixers. Come on, Steak. You know I can't fucking do that against my boys.
Thank you. NBA is a horrible.
Sorry,
watch.
man. I'm sorry. It's the spot, though.
Fine. One measly unit.
What did I
Slipping.
put?
I think you're talking about Beeve. Slipping.
What do we got next? Georgetown, Xavier.
Houston Duke MLP -130.
That's actually cashing.
It actually is.
Because Bozo Pack, I was so prepared to shit on that one. So,
I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't. I'll put it that way.
+4.
Well, thanks, bro. Appreciate that.
I love Arkansas, man. I'm not gonna hope they lose. Come on.
are you going to go to the game, MJ?
I want to, but my boys want to play poker and they're taking forever. And nobody really wants to go with me to the Prudential Center, it seems like. So we'll see. I need to get – I just need one buddy. I just need one buddy to come with me. Rockets' sake?
Only Mavericks. All I got right now. I'm going to lab the NBA after this.
All right, bet. What do we got next? Next CBB game.
It's just, I mean, Marquette and then
I was gonna
pretty
say
much it.
Marquette. Oh,
I was going to say, I thought that was the –
What do we
Yeah,
think
well,
about Creighton?
I got nothing in this game, bro. These teams.
Yo,
Can
what
some-
is Creighton's like ass, aren't they?
So is Marquette.
Is Austin Schwartz that guy?
No,
How does he put up 30 in a game like that?
he just chucks threes. He had a good game. He was hot.
And what is Creighton in terms? I mean, we know both these teams are just kind of underwhelming in terms of like what we've seen recently in Big East ball, right? Like these teams were both extremely competitive last year. Now they suck. Is this fat in terms of Creighton? I know it's maybe a little bit of recency bias from what we've just seen them do, but I think Marquette might just be really, really bad, man. It kind of seems like a spot to take Marquette if you're being contrarian. You know, they're a 2-9 team ATS, just abysmal. I mean, they literally haven't covered since November 12th. That's crazy to me. I mean, 8 or 9 games in a row. It's just hard for me to like get a read because it seems like Marquette's going to be that sharp darling moving forward, just with how bad they've been in Big East, especially conference play. And they just seem like a team I just want to keep fading, honestly. What do you guys think? Quantitative on Creighton. Love to see that.
I'm just comfortable with fading Marquette. They're so fucking bad. I watched them twice this year, and they're fucking horrendous.
That's what I'm saying. Like, usually this is a spot, like, maybe years past where you back Marquette and a super nasty, dog. But I think Creighton might get a little hot. I think in terms of a ceiling, Creighton has a much higher ceiling if we're looking at these two teams at the end of the, regular season than Marquette. I mean, that's not a crazy thing to say, but, it's a 5-7 team and a 6-5 team that have both been underwhelming to start the year. There's one team that I think could turn it around between the two. It's probably Creighton, in my eyes. Jeff, do you have anything like in terms of opinions on these two teams other than that?
I think both teams are ass, but Marquette's definitely way more ass than Creighton. Creighton's just been playing bad, but at least they have the pieces. Like Marquette doesn't even have the pieces, bro. Right. They got no one other than Chase Ross. They literally have no one. I don't mind Creighton here, to be honest. I know it's probably square and whatever, but like Marquette's just horrible. So Creighton always, I won't say always, usually shoots very well at home. So we'll see.
Cool. Do we want to mention Arizona, San Diego State? I feel like that's
Yes. Fuck yeah. How's this line not?
I know. I kind of want to take it.
They just beat Alabama by 21 and Auburn by 30. They got wins against UConn and Florida. I feel like they got the most impressive resume in the entire country. And they're not even taking days off against the shitty teams they play. 38 against Abilene Christian, 37 against Norfolk State, 30 against Denver. Like, they're just belting everyone. And you got San Diego State, who, whatever, aside from run to the championship a couple years ago. 3-loss team, just lost to Baylor, who isn't all that good by double digits. I just feel like there's no way this line isn't short. I know it's on a neutral, but
it is short. It is short.
Yeah.
Dude, SDSU has some serious offensive problems. I'll say that. Like, it has to be a nasty game for them to cover, I feel like. Unless they just have the magic shot today. Like, it has to be the under to me. This game has to go under for SDSU to cover. It's in my eyes. It's just like when you have a team you got two guys that are barely like averaging over 10 points a game. I mean, they have serious problems, like especially a team like Arizona. Like in my head, it has to be a poor performance from Arizona offensively, from them to cover.
Which I could see though, because San Diego State's defense is very good.
I could see that too.
And like the thing, like SDSU does have the athleticism to at least contain Arizona to an extent.
You should know what I'm getting at with the bet that I'd want if we're back.
Yeah, Arizona TT under.
Yeah, that's nasty.
If they go under 83, I mean 83, you could say is high. I mean, look what Arizona's been doing, bro. They've scored pretty much 100 in 5 straight games.
Not high.
Is there any way in hell that SDSU covers if Arizona scores 90 in this game? To me, no. I just don't see it being a possibility. With this team makeup, you're talking about Miles Byrd and BJ Davis. If there's a guy, Miles Byrd is probably going to score 20 if we do see that type of game.
Yeah.
But San Diego State gave up 91 to Baylor and 80 to Oregon.
Right.
It's just disgusting. That's a disgusting bet.
So I like it. 83 flat I'm seeing on offshore. That probably means it's 82.5 juiced most places. That's probably what it means. So I like the under. I can't lie. That's gross, but that's probably how I'd play it.
Yeah, I'm with you there. 100% with you.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's too gross for me to tap, but
fair.
Arizona's not a team I want to get in the way of, bro. This team is actually insane. And I remember saying it. I forget who they were playing, but no one thinks they're actually the number one. But they just go out there and they win by 50 every night.
Yeah, but this is the first spot as of recently where we get to fade them with a team that, in a lot of people's eyes, isn't that great, right? Maybe people are more
100%
taking
at the same time though, like
Alabama with the points.
Yeah,
I'll be honest, Jeff, and maybe I'm curious here if you disagree, but like they beat the shit out of Auburn, and I felt like everyone was like, "Well, Auburn kind of sucks. This obviously isn't last year's Auburn team. They lost their whole roster and their coach. Like it's an impressive win, but if they do that to Alabama, I'll be really impressed. And then they go do that to Alabama, and then I feel like people are finally kind of like, "Ooh, is this fun?"
Yeah, but at the same time, like I could name like at least teams better than them.
How many?
Probably, maybe not 3. Iowa State.
You think it's better than Zona?
Yeah, I think everyone would admit that too. And then
the other one?
Michigan.
Yeah.
Michigan. Oof. So, like, I think everyone knows those are the top 4 teams. I don't think anyone actually thinks Arizona is a top 2 team when
you said Duke.
Those, though.
You said Duke, Houston, Arizona.
No, Duke, Iowa State, Michigan, and Arizona. I think everyone knows those are the best 4 teams in the country. Yeah. I don't think there's any debate around that. But I don't think anyone thinks Arizona is actually a 1 or a 2 in that group of 4. I think everyone's putting them either 3 or 4.
Okay, that's fair.
Which isn't even saying they're bad. Like they're still a top 4 team consensus. But
where are you putting Zags in Houston? Right after.
Yeah, I'd probably put Zags there. I wouldn't put Houston top 5 or 6 right now. I got to still see it from them. But they haven't played anyone, dude. Like I was saying earlier, they're 10-1, but it's not an impressive 10-1.
No, it's not.
So,
all right, W stream guys. Hey, drop a 1 if you had fun. I like saying that. I don't know why. I think that's fun. It's corny, but it sounds fun. Drop a 1 if you had fun. Drop some test tubes. Great stream. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Steak. Thank you, Lane, for making this all work, man. Really appreciate your guys' effort. You know, I wouldn't be able to do this stream without y'all, so much appreciated. Shout out to everyone who was, typing away in chat. Y'all had great energy today. That's the key to a fun stream, is you guys and just having fun on here. So any last words from the boys, Steak, JR, Lane, before we wrap up?
Nothing.
That's it.
Shout out
Go,
D-Gen.
Go Rebels.
All right. Have a great Saturday, Steak. We will talk to you soon. Lane, good luck with your G League plays. JR, what are you doing today, buddy?
I'm gonna go clean up a friggin' tree right now.
Oh, right. Did the tree hit anything or it just fell?
No, but it's just all over the place.
Yeah.
So.
Will
All
the
right,
vest
boys.
be on?
No, I'm not wearing a vest to clean up a tree, man. Carhartt's going on.
Yeah, dude, you got to get some rough and tough blue collar.
Yeah,
there,
I'm putting
bro.
on the Carhartt. I got my jeans on. I got the boots downstairs. We're ready to go.
Damn. All right.
Good,
Well, much
good win
love, guys.
yesterday, Fade.
All right, fellas.
Much love. We'll talk to you. Peace.
Niggas used to hate on me, I bet they still mad. So when I pop my shit, bro, I don't feel bad. But now I can put some money on your head, real bad. I spent some money on her hair, then she real bad.
Losing every
From the
bet.
back, I made her numb, she
Simple.
want her
I don't
feel
make the
back.
rules.
Chain 100 plus, so the receipt look like some whip stats. I just flipped that, lamb truck killed that. I just did some hard shit on live, somebody clipped that. Finna cop a watch and get my wrist back. She can't get on top because we might just have a mishap. I don't wear a lot of pink, but I sip that. If it's a gentle holiday, I'm going skip that. He only shoot his gun on holidays, that boy is big cat. New papa selling dope because his other phone was flip back. Yeah. Hellcat, I drift that. Pack your shit and come lay up with me, with your thick ass. I ain't even gonna back to you, all been in my trick bag. And what's so crazy, I've been having bitches that trick back.
Shout out Stinky.
The shit I drive and make you sit back. I don't want no bitch.